the Rangers Journal now.
Hi everyone, it is Andrew. This is the Rangers Journal. I am joined once again with Jock and Cammy. Gentlemen, we're going to hear from you in just a second. The final whistle is not long gone. It feels like an eternity after about 12 to 13 minutes of added time due to stoppages. But yes, it has finished at Fir Park. Motherwell 2, Rangers 2. Yeah, we're going to get everyone's reaction. So obviously we saw the team sheet. We saw that there were changes to that team sheet. Clearly those changes didn't work. Obviously players were hooked at half time. We can see some bad goals, and we scored a couple of good goals thanks to a man. So right, let's go for it. Jock, how are you feeling right now?
I'm not sure how you describe that. A bit of another roller coaster. VAR once again come to the rescue. I don't even know where to even begin there. That was just that first half was just a riot, an absolute riot.
Do you know what? If we're neutral, and that's pretty decent advert in some respects for Scottish football, isn't it?
100% it is, yeah. The smaller team giving it to the big team, 100%. But I just don't understand. Go straight into the two guys that come in, Dessers and Doyle. Nothing from them. Offered absolutely nothing, which I pretty much said in the pre-match podcast. That Doyle's only in there because he's scored against Motherwell this time last year. But yeah, I don't know. Cammy, what do you think?
To be honest with you, it's not anything we've not seen before. It summed up it was almost a stereotypical Rangers away performance across the last 9 months. We spoke pre-match about how abysmal our statistics are away from home. The team selection we questioned prior to the match. The fact that you have to make substitutions at half time after a complete bin fire of a first half, as bad as I've seen under any manager across the last sort of 5-6 years, to be honest with you. The thing for me, and I'm going to try really, really hard not to rant here, is the manager gets the team selection wrong. Where's the player? Where's the players' pride in their own performance? Where's the effort? Where's the desire? You know, we didn't fancy it. We had too many players. Oh, it was a wee bit windy. They didn't handle the conditions. They just, I can't be arsed sort of attitude. That was the vibe that was coming off watching it for me, and that's unexcusable. No matter who the Rangers manager is, the players have a responsibility to leave it all out there. And the last 2 games have been abysmal. We've managed to dig out a draw. A couple of moments of quality. The 2 subs came on, made a difference. Who knew that would happen? But we spoke about this before we went live. Somebody in the comments before the game, I mentioned sports science and how the manager would hide behind sports science. This player's close to his red flag, close to an injury, and somebody actually said that wasn't why he picked the team. You watch the manager and he talks. That's exactly what he talks about. Who's picking the team? Philip Clement or the sports science people? At the end of the day, you put your players, the best players on the park to win the game of football. If you get the game of football won inside 60 minutes, then you can take Cherny off, who is red flagged. Because you're in a situation where you're 2-0 down at half time and you need to bring him on. So there's still a risk in bringing him on for 45 minutes. The manager's time is I've said for weeks, irrespective, he's a dead man walking, to be perfectly honest with you. It's inevitable when he is relieved of his duties. We're just going to keep. One of our titles of a pod a while back was kicking the can down the road. and that's all that's going to happen. Is we'll kick the can another 2 or 3 weeks down the road, and so on and so forth. But so I could probably talk for the next 20 minutes, to be honest with you. I'm very angry, very frustrated. Those fans that go and follow us everywhere deserve better. We all deserve better. But the people that travel up and down the country, one of my friends has been to 120 Rangers games at all levels across 2024. Home, abroad, women's team, all that sort of stuff, spending thousands of pounds. You've got guys on that pitch earning £25,000 a week that couldn't bother their arse in that first half. And Kieran Dowell, I hope that's the last time we see Kieran Dowell wearing a Rangers jersey, because he was not interested. It's, you want to encourage youth. We want to bring in Lennon Miller. Why would Lennon Miller want to come to Rangers? Even if we did have even if we had £5 million, would you want to work under Philip Clement? So
that is the question.
I'm sorry for talking for 5 minutes there, Jock, but I just had to get that off my chest. There's more to come.
Yeah, no, there certainly will be more to come, and I think we'll see a lot of that over the coming week on the Rangers Journal. Obviously, big game coming up next. We're already 14 points behind. Let's talk about the backline there. Obviously, a little bit of a makeshift backline. It's not really. You know, we've obviously Proper once again. We'll talk about the first goals. Both as those can played long. Once again, it's another long ball. Proper tries to header it clear, comes off the attacker's hands, which, don't get me wrong, his hand's not in an unnatural position. It's by his body and it's from close range. However, it comes off his hand. It's played out to the winger, who then plays it back to the attacker, who then puts it through Butler's legs. 1-0 Jock. It's a lot of points of failure in that first goal. Who do you feel's more at fault there?
I think it starts with, for me, it's the goalkeeper and the defence. There's nothing being commanded from the goalkeeper to the defence. He's not marshalling, or certainly if he is, he's certainly not doing a good enough job. Proper, we know, is struggling in this Rangers team, and he's struggling in this league, but it's all we've got at the moment. So he's going to have to pull his socks up and then try and drag Sterling with him as well, the two of them, because this is what we've got going into an Old Firm game. The goal itself, the handball rule changes that often. You don't know where you stand with it, so you're relying on the interpretation of what's coming through the TV pictures or what's going to come through the commentary from the folk that are at the game. So you have to take it as what it is. It's not a handball, that's fair enough. That's the way it's went. I think, is it a good finish? Probably not, because it's right at Butland. Butland, you can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to get down and sort of smother it. Just doesn't get down quick enough. So just another calamity and one of many in the first half, shall we say? Yeah.
No, definitely. It's, I think, frustratingly, like we speak about the rules there, the kind of, I've had a look at the IFAB laws, talking about, you know, handball and accidental handball. One of the quotes I've got here is: accidental handball that leads to a teammate scoring a goal or having a goal scoring opportunity will no longer be considered an offence. So I believe that's the updated wording. However, that's to a teammate scoring a goal or having a goal scoring opportunity. So obviously it's Stamolopoulos who has the handball. It goes to another player and then comes back to him. So, you know, it's a little bit wishy-washy at the minute. I'm sure we'll see a little bit more about that over the next few days. Obviously, there's a few podcasts like the Ref's View and things like that, where we'll be able to maybe get a bit more insight on that. And obviously from our resident official, Gary, hopefully. Now, on the SFA's website, it does say the following handball situations, even if accidental, will be a free kick. A player gains control possession of the ball after it has touched their hand. Actually, it says after it has touches, because the grammar is absolutely brilliant on the SFA website. However, after it has touches their hand, arm, and then scores or creates a goal scoring opportunity. Now, I don't know if they've actually updated the website, because that can be one thing that it's a bit of an issue. People don't update websites, update rulings, but according to IFAB, the ruling that I read a little bit ago, which was, I'll read it again: accidental handball that leads to a teammate scoring a goal or having a goal scoring opportunity will no longer be considered an offence. We'll have to look into this a little bit deeper through the week, and I'm sure we will on the Rangers Journal, because it's a little bit wishy-washy at the minute. But of course, that was the goal scorer who had handball there. Granted, being completely honest, it'd be harsh on him because it's played at him from near distance and he's not exactly put his hand up to stop the ball or anything, so it'd be a bit of a harsh one. Now, let's talk about the second goal. Now, I'll come to you, Cammy. Second goal, it's a great strike from the position that he's in, but we have 6 defenders in the box, and Jack Butland doesn't appear to be on the line very well. I know probably Butland's probably been caught here because he's probably not expecting the shot from Masowansi. But what did you make of that second goal?
Just weak defending, ball into the box. Big Dujon, he's the one that says he's a centre half. I've yet to see it. He doesn't. Him and Proper look totally ill matched. I think they're a pairing we're going to have to endure for another few games. But neither of them look comfortable individually or as a pair, and it's just bog standard. Rangers I've said many times, Rangers very rarely lose a goal where the guy beats 3 men and bends it in the top corner. It's always there's always elements of not just one person making a mistake, 2 or 3 points of failure, and that's yet another goal. Lovely bit of skill to finish it and stick it away, but at 2-0. It's abysmal defending yet again, and just a bread and butter ball into the box. It's no, it's just a bin fire, to be honest with you.
A bit of fire is the best description. I totally agree there. Now, obviously, we had our chances in the first half. Dessers had a limp shot from Yilmaz cross, which I think could have really done better with that. A Danilo limp header from Yilmaz cross as well. I think, again, he could have done a bit better with that. Obviously, 2-0 at half. We come out second half with a couple of substitutes. Obviously, we saw Igmani come on, and we saw Cheney come on, which had to be the case. I think Dowell and Dessers just weren't at the races at all in any way, shape or form. We started to look a little better. I don't think we're phenomenal at this point. But the goal from Igmani, Jock, the one that kind of brought it back to 2-1. Good finish from the man.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's a good finish. He's got it in his locker. Is that the one he cuts in? Is that the one that he slipped in by? Is that the first
Yilmaz
one?
slipped him in, yeah.
Yeah, and then he cuts inside and bends in the bottom corner. That the first goal. I've mixed up between the two. Yeah.
To be fair, they were quite similar in some respects. Yeah, because he good takes.
That's what I'm getting confused. We has that in his locker, and that was on the left hand side. And this is my frustration was towards the end of the second half and the last 10 minutes of extra time. He floated over to the right, and him and Cherney were sort of on top of each other, I thought, and he was coming out of the game at that point. That was something I noted. I thought all his joy seemed to come in from that left hand side with the goals. But yeah, it's something that it wasn't anything Dessers offered up front. We weren't getting that when Dessers was playing, so it has to be Eggman going forward. I don't see Dessers should be anywhere near the team at all. We just need to keep feeding the guy because the guy can get goals. He's proven that, and that's domestically now and in Europe. He has that ability, has that talent. So we just need to keep trying to make the most out of it from what we're getting of this team.
Yeah, certainly do. Cammy, I think we've got a little bit of I think way with a little bit here. Obviously, it looked like Motherwell had gone 3-1 up. No, it was a corner in. Ball comes in. Butland and Watt are together. Ball comes in. It looks like Butland kind of flaps the ball into his own net under a little bit of pressure from Watt. Is that a free kick for you? For me, that was a little bit soft.
I think that's the best description. Very, very soft and weak from a 6'4" big goalkeeper. You know, Jack Butland had another horrendous 90 minutes. For me, has to do better for the first goal. Just to go back to the first goal, he's certainly no Andy Gorham when he comes out one-on-one with somebody bearing down on him. Make yourself big. He's a big guy. He has to do better with the first goal, and that makes the handball immaterial. If he comes out, makes himself big and saves it, then it's a great save from a goalkeeper. We got away with one. It's soft. He does lay but listen, goalkeepers always get protection, always have done, always will do. But Jack Butland got away with one. I think he knew himself that he was having one, and his performances across. I know I'm digressing a little bit here, but Jack Butland's performances across the last 9 months have just deteriorated off a cliff. First 6 months, excellent. His form at the same time that Rangers fell apart in March has deteriorated, and I don't think he's had a good season at all. And he just doesn't look confident when any ball gets thrown into the box, or just dealing with any aspect of what you would expect from a supposed top goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's something that's been there for a while, especially in big games. Good at coming for crosses, something that obviously we didn't see much from McGregor, but McGregor made up for it in a lot of other ways before his final season. There definitely has to be a question asked about Jack Butland now. Maybe he needs a bit of time out to be fresh, spend time with his newborn. Obviously, he's entitled to paternity leave. But yeah, no, there's confidence won't be doing well at the minute, and especially when you look at that back line, I don't think the back line helps him either, in the respect that I think a keeper's more confident when you've got a good back line in front of you. I think it's the same both ways. I think the back line's a bit more comfortable when you've got a good keeper behind as well. So, maybe a couple of bits are added into that kind of mix there. Obviously, it looked like Motherwell had scored once again. The Motherwell did have the ball in the net time this game, but it was pulled back for offside, which was the correct decision. Obviously, took a bit of time to come to that. That's why we had a good 10 minutes added on. Jock, we got to 2-2. Did you see us winning this game at any point?
No. I thought 2-2 flattered us, to be fair. I thought second goal, we did the same. We do the same thing all over. We claw ourselves back into the game, and we always seem to have plenty of time, but we don't do anything. We just revert to type, because at that point they're happy enough to sit back. They know we can't break them down when they're sitting back, and it's just the same show over and over again. Same type of ball in the box, hoping something breaks, and we do get the odd chance. Like Danilo had a chance that he made for himself. So, half volley on the spin, unlucky.
I think that's do better there, personally. I think in the position he's in, I know he creates it for himself because he manages to kind of catch the ball and then brings it down with great touch. But personally, if you're a professional footballer, I think from that angle, at least get it on target. But you know what? It's one of them. He's done well to kind of bring the ball down, hasn't he, for where he was. Yeah. It's a frustrating one now. Obviously, 2-2. It was a little better than it could have been. However, 2-2 does nothing for us. We're now 14 points behind before going into a massive from game. Is it a massive game anymore? I don't know. But Clement, if he has got any credit in the bank, what do you see, Cammy, for Thursday now? Is Clement even in a job for Thursday?
Well, I think he'll still be in a job. I don't think there's. I think I said many weeks ago, I thought mid to the end of January, I thought would be the sort of pinch point with regard to, obviously, Aberdeen have blown their early start, so we're now into second. So the fact that we are dropping points right, left, and centre isn't being punished by the fact that Aberdeen are dropping points as well. To be honest with you, just to go back to your original question to Jock there, at 2-2, the goals, like a lot of Rangers goals, come from individuals doing something. we don't have a way of playing. We don't have patterns of play. We don't have third man runs into the box. We don't get the ball wide and cut the ball back. I don't know what we work on Monday to Friday. I've been consistent with that across pretty much the whole of Philip Clement's tenure. We were hoping that 2-2, Czerny was going to cut in for the right-hand side and bend one in the top corner. Matondo was going to cut in for the other side and do the same, or Igaman was going to come up with a moment. That's what we are as a football club. And this isn't just Philip Clement. This has been an issue for as long as I can remember, going back to probably, even under Van Bronckhorst. You're still relying on individuals to do something. That has to change when the change of manager comes in. We have to have something that you can actually see, a way of playing. All your social media memories this morning were like we won it at their place when Niko Katic scored the header, and I was talking to a mate before the game, and the first goal that Ryan Kent scores actually starts in our right back position, because we had a way of playing. Tav played it to Jack, to Kamara, to Davis, to Morelos, switched it 15 passes later, we're inside the opposition box. We had a way of playing under Steven Gerrard and his team, and we've not had a way of playing across the last 4 or 5 years. So Thursday, listen, we could win on Thursday, and it doesn't change the fact that Philip Clement should not be the Rangers manager. That starts next season. What I would say is, if we sack the manager, I would not bring in a new man. This might sound daft. I wouldn't bring in a permanent manager until the summer, because I worry that a manager comes in and then suffers another 3 defeats to that lot, and you're almost behind the 8 ball before you've even had a pre-season sort of thing. So I would be looking at getting them punted by the middle of January, end of January, if he lasts that long, and then bringing in a sort of experienced interim manager to see us through till the summer. But Thursdays, it could be painful. The fact that the 2 centre halves look as though they don't combine well together. Celtic have got great movement and what have you. Their front three could have a field day, to be honest with you, on Thursday. And if the Rangers that's turned up in the first 45 minutes of the last 2 games performs in the same way in the first 45 on Thursday, my God, there will be riots in the stand. I'm telling you, it'll be chaos. We obviously have to wait and see what the manager's got to waffle about after the game. He'll probably come up with the same stuff, but he must be watching this and thinking, I'm not getting anything for these players. The players, to me, don't look like they're playing for the manager. They don't believe in what the manager is asking them to do, and the fact that I'm not sure about his record, but the away record, as we spoke about pre-match, Andrew, the away record across the last 9 months has had other managers a sack. Philip Clement should be no different with regard to that. Forget about Celtic. If we can't beat Motherwell, Kilmarnock, Ross County, Dundee United, Aberdeen, if we can't beat these teams consistently for the budget that we are operating with, somebody else has to come in. Not that I've got great faith in the people that are making the decisions at the moment.
That's another part of the issue as well. We've had similar outcomes with different managers in recent times. And I know I get the whole idea of not chopping and changing, unstabling the ship, but I think this isn't just all with the manager. Yes, the manager will take a large part of this, but there's a mentality within that team with some of the players that's still there. And there's things that are seriously wrong behind the scenes, personally. I just think we don't have an ethos in this club of we are Rangers. We need to be winning every week. We do, you know, in the conferences, you need to be winning, you need to be this, you need to be that. I just don't think there is that belief there. And as you say, Cammy, with the budgets we have compared to a lot of the other teams in the league, we should be able to quite comfortably do what Celtic do week in, week out. They comfortably win their games. And they don't even need to necessarily beat us in Old Firm games to win the league, because they pick up their points everywhere. They go to Dingwall and pick up points. They go to Tawdry and pick up points. We don't. And that's the problem. And this is the worst season than the previous ones. When you go to 2017, you look at some of the away wins we had then compared to now. We are just absolutely struggling to pick up anything anywhere away from home. But then you look at the flip side of that. Our home record's probably the best in the league. Why is that so different? Why is that so different, home to away? I don't know. But the guys will pick up a lot throughout the week. There'll be a lot more pods coming soon, a little bit more in-depth analysis of the game today. Jock, Cammy, I know it's been hard to talk about, but thank you for coming on. Thank you for your match reactions. Obviously, next game's on the 2nd of January at Ibrox, Old Firm Derby, at a 3 p.m. kickoff, which is a bit of a strange one. Not really seen that in the league in a very long time. So that'll be a bit of a different build-up. And the Rangers Journal will be there. Don't forget to keep subscribing, keep liking, keep following the Rangers Journal on all the socials, and we'll be giving you all the lowdown. And of course, if anything does happen before then, if we do find anything out, not that we're expecting manager to walk or anything like that, but if anything does happen, the Rangers Journal will keep you in the know. So keep your notifications on and get subscribing, get following, get sharing, and get liking. So good night to Rangers Journal night. Thank you ever so much for watching. And we'll see you all again soon, guys. Take care.